Have you ever wished your computer had an assistant that could, you know, actually do things for you and not just spit out answers to questions? Well, say hello to Moltbot. It's this AI agent with a lobster mascot that has the tech world totally buzzing and honestly, a little bit spooked.
Now, this is not some big, slick AI from a massive corporation. Moltbot actually started as just a little open-source side project by a developer named Peter Steinberger. But then it just exploded. It went completely viral, becoming one of the most talked-about tools on the entire internet pretty much overnight.
And people who tried it early on weren't just impressed, they were floored. Some were saying it felt like early AGI. And for those of you who don't know, AGI is artificial general intelligence. It's basically the kind of AI you see in the movies, the kind that can learn and figure out almost any task a human can. So yeah, for a lot of folks, Moltbot felt like the first real step in that direction.
And all that power. Well, it brings us to the really big question, doesn't it? Is Moltbot the next huge leap in productivity, or is it a massive security nightmare that we're all about to invite onto our computers? We're going to dig into that because the answer is, well, it's complicated.
Okay, so let's break down this AI that actually does things. So, first up, how in the world did a lobster-themed AI manage to take over the internet? Well, it all comes down to what makes it so fundamentally different from any other AI you've probably ever used.
To give you an idea of just how fast this thing blew up, just look at this number. According to Frederick Falk, the project got over 77,000 stars on GitHub. That's the website where all the developers hang out and share their code, in just 2 months. I mean, that's not just popular. In the coding world, that is an absolute viral sensation.
And this right here is the reason why everybody got so excited. See, a typical AI assistant lives way up in the cloud somewhere and just gives you text. But Moltbot, it lives on your machine. It's not a chatbot, it's an agent. You don't ask it for a recipe, you tell it to go order the groceries for you. It doesn't just write an email, it can literally log into your email account and send it. It actually executes real commands and controls your computer. And the story of its rise is pure internet drama. It started out as Clawdbot, but then this college student's TikTok went viral showing it organizing their entire semester, and that just sent it to the moon. But the name Claude was a little too close to another AI, Claude. So after a trademark notice, the community all got together on Discord and decided to rebrand it as Moltbot. You know, like a lobster molting its shell so it can grow bigger. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's the hype. But how does this AI actually, live on your computer and do what you tell it to do? The magic word here is self-hosted. All that means is the entire program runs on your own computer. Your data isn't being shipped off to some big tech company's servers. It all stays right there with you. And for privacy, that is a huge, huge deal because the AI learns from your stuff without sharing it with anyone else. And here's what that looks like in practice. So you install Moltbot on a computer at home and it just runs quietly in the background. Then you link it up to a chat app on your phone, like WhatsApp. So when you're out, you can just text your computer and tell it what to do. Like, hey, organize my super messy downloads folder. And boom, it gets it done, right there on your machine back at home. Being able to control your home computer from anywhere sounds absolutely amazing. But this is the point where we have to get serious and talk about the risks. Because with great power, well, you know how it goes. This quote from Mirror Review really cuts right to the heart of the danger. The very thing that makes Moltbot so incredibly powerful is exactly what makes it so risky. When we say it actually does things, what that really means is you're giving an AI the power to run any command at all on your computer. And hey, this isn't just some what-if scenario. Reporting from Frederick Falk found that over 1,000 users had accidentally left their Moltbot control panels, basically the keys to their digital kingdom, just wide open on the internet for anyone to find. No password, no protection, nothing. So let's quickly break down the 3 biggest dangers you need to understand. First up is misconfiguration. That's literally like leaving your digital front door unlocked and wide open online. Second is something called prompt injection. This is where a hacker can send a specially crafted message to trick the AI, kind of like a Jedi mind trick, to get it to run malicious commands. And third is plain text secrets, which is just a fancy way of saying your passwords might be stored in simple text files that are super easy for malware to find and steal. Okay, I know all of that sounds pretty scary, but it doesn't mean you can't use this tech. It just means you have to be incredibly, incredibly careful. So here is your checklist for how to wield this power safely. If you or your teen are even thinking about playing around with this, This checklist is non-negotiable, and rule number 1 is by far the most important. Run it on a totally separate computer that has no personal or sensitive data on it whatsoever. Then, make sure it's not exposed to the public internet, create burner accounts just for the bot to use, and only give it the bare minimum permissions it needs. It's also really smart to start with a less powerful AI model at first, just to limit any weird, unpredictable behavior. And finally, get in the habit of using that built-in security audit tool all the time.
All right, now that we've gotten the serious warnings out of the way, let's get to the fun part. If you use it safely, what could a tool like this actually do for a student? Honestly, the possibilities here are pretty amazing. Imagine it's scanning all your syllabi and automatically putting every single due date into your calendar. It could be your personal research assistant, finding sources and summarizing them for you. It could fact-check stats for a paper, turn your notes into digital flashcards, or even proactively text you when a big assignment is due soon. It could even act as a writing coach, analyzing a draft of your essay and suggesting ways to make it better.
So, you want a safe and fun way to get started? Try this little mini project. You can set up Moltbot to just watch a specific folder on your computer. Anytime you drop an article or a PDF in there, the bot will automatically read it, write up a quick summary, and then text that summary right to your phone. It's the perfect way to learn how this all works without giving the AI too much power.
But, when you really step back, Moltbot is more than just a piece of software. As the tech journal Mirror Review put it, it is the signal. It's a glimpse, a preview of a future where AI isn't just something we talk to, but something that actively works for us, right inside our own digital lives.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. This kind of powerful AI is here, and it's not going away. It's only going to get more powerful. So the real question isn't if we're going to use AI agents like this. The real question is, how are we going to learn to manage them safely, responsibly, and effectively?